Hello! In this video I'm going to show you how to make the world's most simple picture frames that you can keep on your wall and have photos of your loved ones in. And they're so simple, even I could do it without screwing up. I'm going to mention a few times, it's cold. So let me start by bragging that I did not screw this project up. But that's because I've tried to make picture frames 3 times in the past and always screwed up the measurements. I'm going to show you how to do it very easily. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Having taken measurements of my glass insert, I go over to the miter saw. Now, the measurements are key, and this is what I messed up on last time. The glass has to sit behind the frame, inset into the frame. So I take the measurement of the glass and then I allow 5mm either side for that to be set in. So I'm cutting these lengths of wood at 45 degrees, and then the length of the wood, which I flip over each time, is the glass minus a total of 10mm, because there's going to be 5mm of glass sitting in either side. You're probably sat here watching thinking, well, duh. Yeah, well, I didn't know that all along, did I? I've previously tried making picture frames by first routing the groove into the wood that the glass sits in, and then taking it over to the miter saw. However, there's a lot of waste wood doing it that way. So this way, although a little riskier, I cut all my pieces before then routing that groove in. Now it feels like a good time to mention that I may sound a little handsome in the voice. I've got a cold, and I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I'm out in the garage. It's -4, probably making my cold worse. But I do it out of love for you guys, and because the wife wanted picture frames replacing. I say replacing because that's what happened to these original picture frames. They just fell apart. They were cheap, they were from IKEA. And if IKEA can make something that lasts for a year, then maybe I can make something that lasts for a year. Maybe. If you haven't been robbed by IKEA over cheap picture frames, then you can actually buy the glass, the mounting, the backing, all off Amazon. They cost £1 per picture glass piece, depending on size. I'll post a link in the description anyway to some examples I've found. Over on the router table, I'm simply using a straight cut bit up against the fence to route out that bit that the glass and the backing and the mounting and all those bits are going to sit inside. I was lucky enough to get this router table for just 50 quid, which was an absolute bargain. You can do this with a palm router. You'll just need to use a flush cut rabbiting bit, I believe they're called. But you'll be able to do it, and then you'll just have to chisel out some of the corner parts. I have done it in the past, and it didn't work. But it will work for you, I'm sure. I've got faith in you. I believe in you. You can do it. So after giving those mitered joins a quick sand, I then sand the inside of the frame as well. That's a pro tip, and you didn't think you were getting that from this channel. It's really difficult to sand the inside when it's all glued up. So then I use my highly advanced dust cleanup technique. There's only really the glue up and a bit of sanding left to do. So I lay out some painter's tape, and I'm going to hold everything together while the glue dries using this tape. Saw this trick on Crafty Panda, which is pretty much the only thing I've ever seen on Crafty Panda that actually works. Laying out all the pieces on the tape, you simply apply a bit of glue wherever any bit of wood's going to touch. Now, the observant among you might notice a mistake I'm about to make, but it doesn't count as me screwing up if I didn't let the glue dry. So you simply coil it all together and then you join the tape. Please, please make sure that your pieces of wood are the right way around. He still hasn't realised. What an idiot. Anyway, the glue didn't dry, so it's not a screw up. I may not have mentioned, but it is absolutely freezing, so I took these inside to let the glue cure overnight. Woodworking is a constant learning process for me, and now I'm learning that tape is sticky. Funny that they call it sticky tape. It's sticky. Gave the frames a quick blast with the sander and my brand new sanding pads, and then put everything back in my brand new sanding station. See a previous video. After that, just finishing left to do. I gave these a quick burn with the blowtorch, because then it'll match the framed shelf that I made for my plant in a video that nobody has watched. And then after that, I just threw on some furniture oil. This is just Rust-Oleum furniture wax, and it is awesome. Protects your woodwork project, whatever it is, and it's so easy to apply. You literally smother as much as you can on and then just kind of buff it. If you want it more shiny, you just put a bit more on and buff it some more. As you can see, I haven't really done anything to the back. I couldn't be bothered. Final job, I guess, is to figure out a way to hang these on the wall. I'm using some of these little bracket, hook, picture grabby things. They are cheap as chips, and because they have got so many parts to them, you don't really need to make them all that centered. Now I've got a question for you subscribers, you viewers, you legends. Is this a screw up? I forgot that these pictures were landscape and not portrait and put these on the wrong side. Is it a screw up still? Does that count? Let me know. And that's it. All done. Completed. I'll leave you with me looking a muppet trying to figure out the pose to do for the thumbnails. Links to everything that I mentioned in the video will be in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe. Do all of it. Appreciate you all. Take care.